Good morning, students. In today's class, I am going to discuss on basics of OOPS chapter. That is the chapter 6 in your computer science second year syllabus. So let us start this class with the introduction part. So in introduction part, you all have to know what is this OOPS and why this OOPS and what is a class and what is a object. Understood? So what is a OOPS? OOPS is what? It is a principle of designing a programming and developing a programming using some modular approach. So there is a modular approach for developing this OOPS concepts. So what is the core of this OOPS? What is the main thing for this OOPS is it has an object. So always the main core of this OOPS is the objects. So objects has certain properties and certain methods. Okay. So object is what? It is a core of the OOPS. So next is to design the object oriented model. First we should define one well defined class. So always we should define some class. Okay. So because class is a template from which objects are created. So always you should know what is this template. So template is what? It is a generalized pattern for creating anything. For example, I am creating some class. So some class, for example, I'll take it as a dog. So dog will have two things. One is the properties, another one is behavior, which I'll explain in the upcoming classes. Okay. So first you should know always to define an object oriented model, we should define a class. So next, what are some of the object oriented programming languages? So there are plenty of languages in this real time environment like C, Java, C# and so on. Okay. So these are all the examples of this object oriented programming. So usually we'll study this object oriented programming with C++. So for your syllabus, there is an object oriented programming concept with the language that is C++. Okay. So there are plenty of languages. So this is the introduction part. So in introduction, you should know what is a OOP and what are the basic core of this OOPS is object. So you should know that much and you should have some common thinking on what is a class. Okay. So next we'll move on to the basic concepts of object oriented programming. So ಏನೇನು ಬೇಕು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ನಾವೇನು ಇವಾಗ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಓರಿಯೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮಿಂಗ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್. Like we should require an object, we should require a class, we should require a date, we should know what is a data abstraction, we should know what is data encapsulation, we should know inheritance, we should know overloading, and also we should know some of the things like polymorphism, dynamic binding, message passing. So these are all what? Concepts, basic concepts in this object oriented programming concepts. Okay. So object, class, data abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, overloading, polymorphism, dynamic binding, message passing. So in that first we'll discuss what is a object. So object is what? As I told earlier, so object is what? It is the basic unit of OOP, or it is called as basic building block for designing the programs. If you want to design, if you want to develop some software in the real time, you have to know this object. Without knowing this object concept properly, you cannot become a software engineer or software developer in the future days. Okay. So you should know this object correctly. So we shall move on to the definition of object. An object is a collection of data members and the member functions that operate on the data. So whatever the data is there with you, if the data is there, it is no use. If you wanted to have some use from the data, it has to have some data members and member functions so that it can operate on that data. So that is called as object. So in simple terms, if you wanted to know what is an object, object is the basic unit of the OOPS. Object is the basic unit of the OOPS. Understood? So next we should know the examples. The examples, we can give plenty of examples like apple, orange, mango, car, dog, anything. So understood? The object is what? Object is the basic concepts of OOPS. So next basic element of this OOPS is class. So class is what? It is a collection of objects. So class is a collection of objects that has similar properties, common behavior and shared relationship. So always a class has similar properties and behaviors. So properties in the sense data member, behaviors in the sense member functions. So we'll understand this class and the data and object by using some example. So I'll take example as car. So I am using a car object here. So car object usually have, in data programming in OOPS approach, we'll take it as data member as door, seats and wheels, and member functions I'll take it as driving, accelerator, etc. Okay. So always, as I told, object will have two properties, two things, that is, one is data member, another one is member function. Data member is what? It is also called as properties. Member functions is what? It is also called as behaviors, how the object will behave. Okay. So keep it in mind, always any object you take, real-time object you take, it will have two things according to OOP concept, OOP concept. One is properties, another one is how they behave. Okay. So for car object, I am taking this properties as doors, seats, wheels, and member functions as, or behaviors as driving, accelerator, etc. Okay. So next I shall take another example for a object, that is student. So student object. So here you can see data members as name, register number, class, and member functions as get data, display. So data member is what? Name, register number, class, member functions as get data and display. So display function will display all the whatever we give the inputs and whatever we'll get the output from the computer after processing, that will be displayed by the display function. And get data is what we give to the computer, and it also gives us to the computer, that is a get data function. So this is the practical example which you should know to understand what is a class and what is a object. So object is what? It is a real-time entity. And what is a class? Class is a collection of objects. Okay. I think you all understood. So next we will move on to the next programming element, that is data abstraction. So next is data abstraction. So abstraction in the sense, it is only we are giving a restriction for the particular thing. Same wise in OOPS also, data abstraction refers to the process of representing the essential features without including the background details or explanations. Okay, just we are representing only the upper part, whatever visible to the common humans, we are representing that. We are not bothered about the background. In software development field, if you wanted to know data abstraction means whatever you use in your mobile, like for example, there is always you will use like a touch phone, right? So in touch phone or a normal Android phone, what you can say is just you can click on the call log, just you can click on the WhatsApp icon, just you can click on the anything, any icons you can click, but you never know what is the signals, what is the background details, you never know. They will never reveal us to know. Circuits and everything will never reveal us to know, because all cannot be able to understand. The same thing is data abstraction. That is the only essential features. What are the features which is required for all? That will be displayed, and what all the features which doesn't require, that will be kept secret. Background details will be kept secret. So that is this data abstraction practical example. So next we'll move on to this data encapsulation. So data encapsulation means placing this data and functions that work on the data in the same place. So we have to place this data and functions so that the data will be secured. So have you seen this encapsulate tablet? So the tablet, in that there will be minute particles, that is encapsulated in the sense that is closed, that is covered. Okay, so which is the main thing which has to be restricted from the outside of the, or which has to be restricted, it should not be exposed to the common people. Okay, so that is, we call it as private access function. Private access function. So next is public access function, access specifiers. So that can be accessed throughout the program. Okay, so this we can say it as data encapsulation. So this is also one of the properties or one of the concepts, basic concepts in OOPS. Okay, so we have to access the data, means then it has to be presented in the public sector. That is, it has to be displayed, it has to be written in the public access specifiers. Okay, thank you all.